that is how you get out of an elementary school parking lot, past all the buses and the kids and the... But that's not what we're here to talk about. Let's see, is this thing working? Okay, see, I've got some things figured out by now. And then there's a million things that I haven't figured out, and that's okay. But I got to drop Griff off because I've got a training today, which is pretty awesome, to get to drop your big 6th grade kid off at 1st grade. All right, this might be a problem. Maybe I spoke too soon about getting out of the congested parking lot. Make a run for it, buddy. Oh, nice. Okay, now we're moving back on the grind, which makes me think about something. There have been times in my life where if someone was like, hey, what's Kyle got going on, you know? There have been times in my life where I've been on the journey of life, but I, maybe kind of get stuck up and stopped where I'm at here and there. So, if right now you called and you said, hey Kyle, what are you doing? I'm like, if I'm at a stop sign or a stoplight on my way to work, you can't get mad at me, right? I'm on my way to work. Yeah, I'm at a stoplight, so I'm not moving anywhere. But I think that happens in life a lot of times. I think there's a lot of people that get stuck at these stop signs, proverbial, I don't know, stop signs. And it's hard. Yeah, I don't think we should judge people too much when they're at a stop sign in their life. I think that's when maybe they need the most love and forgiveness and direction. And anyway, I was just at a stoplight and I had to wait for a bunch of cars to make their left-hand turn. But hey, we're moving. And my training today doesn't start till an hour after I normally have to be there. So I got to take some extra minutes this morning, have a little bit of some downtime, which is a fantastic thing that I think we all probably need some more of. But it is Thursday, that day of the week where I feel like most high school kids are most just ready for the weekend, but it's not yet close. And I don't know, I think my therapy Thursday is alive and well, because I think kids and us all need some extra help on Thursday. But I think it's a great day, and I hope you think it's a great day. And we are in full swing. In class, we were talking about how a healthy body is kind of the secret to a healthy mind. Now, let me preface this by saying I am not a health nutritionist, wizard kind of person that knows the ins and outs. But what I can tell you is Kyle Kuhlman is probably 6'4", like Uncle Ryan, but he is stuck inside this little body. This body is like just short of 5'10", even though I don't want to admit it. And this body is not me. It's what I'm stuck in. But dude, you can bet Kyle Kuhlman has the best hair this planet has ever seen. And I don't know if my soul has hair, but I'm just gonna, guess he does for the sake of this silly video. And when I was in high school, I got to go with to the coroner's office and see some dead bodies, which is a weird thing, but I'm telling you that because they didn't look like people. It looked like the shell of somebody that used to live in it, but it's not, that wasn't, a person lived in it, but that was not a person, even though I know that that was a person. Where I'm going with this is like, I am stuck inside this body. I think it is my obligation to make this body feel and not necessarily look, and I think that's what I'm trying to get at, is not look the best, but just feel the best. And when I eat healthy, it's not so, it's not for any other reason besides just feeling good. I think it just feels good to feel good. Like if you gave me a chili cheese corn dog or chicken breast with some broccoli, I know if I eat the chicken breast and broccoli, my stomach, my body is gonna be running so much more efficiently than if I go chili cheese dog. You know what I mean? Are there times in your life where you gotta go chili cheese dog? Gosh, yes. Enjoy the chili and the cheese on this planet. But in high school and in my class, I see these kids eating nacho after nacho, flamin' bag after flamin' Cheeto bag, and I'm like, my goodness, your poor body is screaming at you to feed it some nutrition. You know what I mean? Like if I tried shoving anything but what my car wants into my car, I could only assume that it would be running in an obese manner, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? It feels sluggish. It feels tired. If I do not feed my body what my body wants, it's fair to say, as a non-nutritionalist, that I would not feel as good as if I fed my body what my body needs. So what the heck does my body need? I like to think back to 200 years ago and what they were eating back then, and all I know about 200 years ago is nothing, but I've heard that diabetes wasn't a big thing. If a thing, I don't know, maybe I'm making this up. I know cancers were a lot lower. I know that they were not eating flamin' hot Cheetos, because guess what wasn't invented yet? Flamin' flippin' hot Cheetos. Is that the problem? Gosh, no. It's the, again, I try to do the 80% of the time, eat like you are protecting this body and you need it to live forever. And then 20% of the time, I'm like, hey, mint chip ice cream, chocolate syrup, let's flippin' go, you know? So, hey, what the heck is healthy? What were they eating 200 years ago? Probably animals, right? Lots of meat. What were they growing? Fruits and vegetables? There have been a couple times in my life where I've been like on a strict diet because I'm supporting something or someone, or, you know, trying to accomplish something, let's say. And I found that fat cannot grow on your body if you are only eating fruits, vegetables, and proteins. And you can have as much of those things as you want. Does that mean you should just, again, erase proteins and vegetables and just live off of fruit? And I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, hey, a healthy mix of those things will make you feel your best. And I'm not telling you what to do, but that works for me. Are there times where that chili cheese dog is going to be taken down? Oh, you can bet your sweet. I don't know what I was going to say. Yep, I know I can. But it is your job to take care of that body that I'm stuck in. I'm stuck in this body. I should make sure this body walks enough and stretches enough and runs enough and reads enough and thinks enough and has enough fun and has enough sun and just moves. And when I work out, it's not so I can bench press a couple plates and impress you. I'm like, dude, I just want to be able to throw my kids above my shoulder without popping my back out of place. I just want to be able to jump on a trampoline and still do a backflip, because I will be darned if my kids are ever better on the trampoline than I am, you know? I just want to be able to do what I want to do whenever the heck I want to do it, and sometimes just moving your body and taking care of your body is the best dang thing to do for you. And sometimes there have been times in my life where I didn't work out as much, right? When you have a kid, when you're in school, whatever the heck it is. When you start working a whole ton and you're like, the last thing I'm going to do when I get off of work is work out miserable. Hey, you gotta squeeze it in there. Like, in order to be that best version of yourself. Again, 200 years ago, they didn't have cozy houses with cozy beds, and they weren't sitting around all day long. No, they were moving. They were hunting and fishing and gathering and probably hanging out, having fun. So I think you need to move more. Just saying. But I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to influence you, so let that be known. And I'm slowing down because the car is going 55 on the freeway, but you know what? And he has one of those stickers on the back. How am I driving? I should call him and be like, you are driving so safely. Thank you for driving so safely around me. I finished the book. Iron Cowboy, James, hey, that guy completed 101 full distance triathlons in 101 consecutive days, and I tip my hat to that individual. In the book, which was written a couple years ago, he says he's 50, so he's in his early 50s. He's 12 years-ish older than me. But man, that was a fun and thrilling book to read about what the human body is capable of, and I think more importantly, the human mind is capable of. And reading a book where you just keep hearing about the Ironmans this guy's doing day after day after day. You know, when you're reading, you're like laying in bed or sitting down. I'm like judging myself the entire time of, dude, I'm complaining about the 40 push-ups I did with students. This guy swam a couple miles, biked over 100 miles, and ran a marathon, and he probably feels a lot better than I do. So, I hope you make it the best Thursday ever. I can't even think about what, I think it's your day 36, which I didn't congratulate you for day 35, so I'll congratulate you for day 36. A job well done. Go out, move your body, stretch, sneak in that workout, and do it for you, because gosh darn it, you deserve to feel good. So stinking feel your best self. And as always, my friends, make it a great day. No, that's what somebody else says. I need to say, and as always, somebody needs to help me out with what I do at the end.